Hi guys, I'm Shy.
Hello, everybody. 안녕하세요. konnichiwa.
Who are you?
I'm Jelly Mama.
There you go. Right, so today, we've been meaning to cover this for a while. I've been working on a script for a long time. Probably more than,
Half a year.
more than a couple of months. Yeah, definitely. I just didn't know how to word it right because this is something that I would like to remember down the line, down in the future, as accurately as possible so that I don't give out the wrong message. Obviously, for those who have been watching the stream, you would know by now that I have a girlfriend slash fiance, although we haven't really organized when the wedding is going to be. Jelly Mama. Jelly Mama and I have been dating for over a year. So Jelly Mama and I have been dating for over a year now. And I proposed to her this year.
636
She
days.
even has the date written down. Yeah, I wanted to get this out so that I don't have to do it later on, digging up the past, making things worse. I thought, why not get Jelly Mama to speak with me on this so that I'm not forgetting anything? Because forgetfulness is part of my specialty.
The problem is, I don't remember.
Yeah, so we can work it out together. Okay, so where do we begin though? We can start from, the day we met.
First day, I arrived at Australian with.
Your voice needs to go to yellow. Okay.
Okay, is that okay? So that is, but my voice is just like that.
So go closer to the microphone.
So, um, that is the first day I arrived at Australia with Kate. Then,
So Kate is a friend of hers. It's not her real name for privacy purposes, but you get the idea. Yeah. So Kate and Jelly, they're coming in from China. They're international students studying at UQ. I will be studying at UQ.
yep.
Hmm.
And the first year should be foundation year.
Yeah. So before you go through the whole courses in the university, you got to go through this special courses for the younger folks who needs to go through the entire senior years of high school over again, so that they get the basics of what to expect in Australian education.
Yep. Then we need to go to supermarket buy some stuffs. So after we clean up a little bit in the afternoon, we said we need to buy some stuff from a supermarket because we don't have shampoo and fruits and toothbrush something. So he drove us to the supermarket. Then on the way, there's a person, is an Asian guy, got on the car.
The first time I met Jelly Mama was when my stepdad was showing her around the shopping center because Kate and her needed to get some toiletries and all the other stuff that she needs for her daily personal needs. My dad wanted me to show them around the area, and I was working at the time when he called me up. So I was told to get to the shopping center before I go home so that we can go home together. So that's where we met the first time. Yeah. Yeah, so you just got out of the car, didn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah. And yeah, that's when I ran into you guys. My dad has instructed me to take Jelly Mama and Kate.
You introduce, say, Reject is a really cheap supermarket, and Aldi is a normal one but cheap. Then Coles has good quality, blah blah blah, like that.
Yeah. So at the time, I was going through something personal as well. I wasn't really interested in like showing people around at the time because I was exhausted from work. I just wanted to go home and sleep. Like my sleeping schedule was as soon as I get home, and then I wake up early, and that's when I start doing something like playing games or fiddle with the skateboard. That was my daily life. Yeah, so it was my bedtime. I wanted to go home. Yeah, but yeah, I needed to show everyone around since Jelly Mama is a new student, and her and Kate need all the help that they can get. Yeah, so we can move on from this topic, I think. Yeah, so they got their toiletries. That's how we first met. So, what was the first impression of me when you first saw me and spoke to me?
No impression because I don't care who you are.
Okay.
I don't care. Another person. That's it. We're not going to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anyone with English.
Okay. Yeah. So there's her impression. Okay, I'm a little bit hurt, but it's fine.
Okay, just thought you are Chinese, but you're not. Then surprise. Then that's it.
So
Because I don't care.
suddenly don't exist anymore. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So my first impression of you, yeah, actually it's pretty similar. Another student.
Wow.
No. We've been doing this for years. So
Yeah,
of
I
course I
understand.
would think like that,
I
and
understand.
I wouldn't think that we'd be dating by now. You know,
Yeah, I understand.
it took us a good, like, 1 year, right, of knowing each other before we started dating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to do this thing where I just walk into other students' room.
No, you didn't.
I didn't walk into your room.
Before two students arrive, you just
Oh yeah, I
suddenly
was withdrawn. Yeah.
hello, say it from outside the door. I was just yes.
Yeah, I used to love scaring the student. Yeah.
I was busy focused on the study or talk to my mom. Then suddenly from the door outside, hello. That was yes. There's a student called Michael. I don't care. he is a such disgusting guy. Yeah.
There was another student called Michael who wanted to involve everyone in his business. There's a positive side to that, but there's also a negative side. We're gonna focus on the positive side for now.
No. I need to talk about.
He was the one who suggested that we go out and walk.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
All together. Yeah.
So after that, we start go out after the
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Sometimes all of us.
Yeah.
You,
I don't think I went out for dinner with you.
no,
guys.
no. You didn't.
Yeah.
Just after dinner, we will. went
Yeah, after
out.
dinner we go out
We
for
go
a
out
walk.
for a walk.
That's
yeah.
what Michael wanted to do, so that's what most of us did at the time when
Yeah.
we didn't know Michael as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we just had a walk. Then go back to our own room. That's it.
Yeah. So that's when we started getting involved with each other's lives. It was when Michael suggested that we go out for a walk, and I refused first couple of times. And then I decided to go on like the third time. I remember that.
I really want to talk about something about him.
Okay,
Just
go.
one thing.
Go.
So the first day he came, it's a Chinese festival. It's really pretty important for us. So we say tonight we will cook something. So it's Chinese festival. He say no. I never spend time on Chinese festival. I believe Jesus. I say okay.
What does
Alright.
that got to do with
Then I thought so. If you believe that, then before dinner you need to do that things. You
Wait.
know.
Is Chinese New Year religious?
No,
No,
it's
it has
not.
nothing to do
He
with
said,
religion.
I don't do the stuff. I believe Jesus. I was, okay, never mind. We eat by ourselves. Then I thought, that we need to do the stuff before you had dinner or something.
Yeah, he
What's that?
doesn't. Yeah.
So the first day
So
he did.
he prayed
He prayed.
before he started eating.
Then after, I never I didn't see he do it again. I didn't say second time. Only once. I was
Wow.
every time dinner I was taught to Crystal. he say he believe Jesus. Why you don't pray, pray anymore like that?
Okay.
Oh, so angry to him.
Yeah, he wasn't the brightest, and he always tries to be unique with whatever he does. I remember when
He tried to pretend, I'm the most cleverest. I'm the cleverest student here. I'm the person. I learn engineer. I went somewhere. This stuff. I know this.
He was a bragger.
that.
Yeah, he brags a lot. She's already frustrated. Just remembering him. Alright. Because I wasn't close to Michael as much as you were. Yeah, I
Not
distanced myself.
close to him.
No, he wanted you guys more to be involved, not the host. I'm one of the hosts, so yeah, he doesn't talk to me much. From what I've heard, yeah, there was an argument between who was it? My stepdad and him were just arguing about how noisy the dogs were. Yeah. Michael was just complaining to the host, aka my stepdad of the homestay, about how the dog barks a lot. Yeah, and everybody finds it annoying, and it's such a nuisance. Somebody needs to do something about it. That's what Michael was saying. And then Bill was like, who else was complaining? Oh, sorry. Bill as in my stepdad. And then Michael points to the other students who were also eating dinner with him. It was dinner time at the time. And nobody said anything bad about the dog.
Maybe I forgot. Maybe sometimes we talk each other like, this dog a little bit noisy, always barking, and the homestay father always like step so noisy upstairs.
Yeah.
That's it, because it's normal. You
Yeah.
just talk about something, but you won't be serious about that. But
He was serious. Yeah,
he was
about the
really
issue, yeah.
serious.
He really didn't like what was going on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I remember Bill. He knocked my door.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knocked door. Did you blah blah blah? I said no, I didn't.
Yeah, Bill was asking around who else was complaining.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Then he said, Michael, blah blah.
No, that was dinner time. You guys, like
No.
everybody was there. Right?
That night, I think Bill knocked my door
Yeah.
because he come with Michael. Then he said, Michael was, you say that? I was, no, I didn't say that. What?
So he was like, "Oh, don't do this to me." Like he said that to the
He
other
said,
students.
oh, don't do this to me. Why you do that to me?
As if like they got a personal vendetta against him.
Then after he just closed his WeChat, like showing all his stuff or something. Yeah, close it.
Oh, he
We can't
removed WeChat.
Not remove, like we can't see.
He blocked you?
Yeah, he blocked us.
Wow.
Might be he typed something in there, then he doesn't want to show us, so he just blocked us. Yeah.
Right. He's talking shit but doesn't want to be seen. Okay, gotcha.
So blocked us.
I see.
Then we say, huh, you block us? Okay, delete.
Yeah, it's not like we're like buddies or anything.
You know, before the new student coming, you never came in my room because I feel like I'm not familiar with you. Why you coming in my room?
We were like normal friends, right? Normal.
Normal
Very
friend?
normal.
Not even friend, okay? Just
Acquaintance.
no, just neighborhood.
Yeah.
Neighborhood share a bathroom. Thank you.
Yeah, just room neighbors.
Yeah, even I
Yeah.
told my father there's a Japanese beside my room. It's my neighborhood. He was, Japanese good. My mom is, be careful.
Should I play that birthday video?
No, please. Why?
Huh?
Why?
In case you guys haven't watched it yet, I will leave the link in the description for those who are interested in watching Jalmama's birthday present video. Not birthday present video, but more like a birthday poem, birthday letter.
You know what? That video is illegal
Why?
because not my permission. You put my voice on it and my
Can you
photo.
give me your
on it.
permission?
No, you
Can
can't.
you give me your permission?
No, you
Can you give me your permission?
I want.
Are you gonna
Okay,
get-
skip this topic.
You said okay. Right.
I didn't give you
She
permission.
she said it's okay. I've heard it. So let's move on to the next one.
No, not finish.
Huh?
About your wake up.
No, does it have anything to do with us?
Of course. That's a funny story.
Okay, you can complain.
So, every time like nighttime, I would sleep around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Then I was going to the bed. Then my left side is you. You wake up, start pinning pong on doing some things. Like fix the skateboard, fix the doors, and just pang, 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 or pinning pong. Then my right side, my right side is another student who wake up at the same time, start playing game. So nighttime, 12 o'clock, I'm going to bed. But both of you start doing your life. What?
Uh-huh. Right. Okay, so are you done?
Done.
Are you done with complaining?
Mm.
The next up is the reason. What triggered the relationship? I think that's this part is the most difficult part.
I don't know how to refuse.
That's the summary. That is the
No,
summary.
you know, that's the 80% reason.
That's the summary. Okay, let's start from the top. All right, so there's these two other homestay students that I wanted to we wanted to mention before, but we couldn't get to until now. That was because they play a key role in how we started dating. A student called Nick and a student called Stacy. They both arrived. They're male and female. So they arrived and they fit in very nicely. I think very quickly too. How would you describe, like, your first impression of them when they first arrived here?
The boy is a playboy.
Yeah, he was attractive, I guess.
No, definitely a playboy.
Yeah. I mean, I can share
The-
my side of the story, but I think you should start.
Family must be rich.
Mm.
That's it. Just rich playboy.
Yeah.
The girl, mutual.
What do you mean by mutual?
She is pretty older than me, so looks like
Yeah.
not a girl.
Yeah, she was an
Will
adult.
go to club or night bar or like something.
Yeah,
and
she
with
seemed
tattoo.
more mature,
Yeah.
compared to the rest of us. Like, I was 24 at the time, she was 25.
Mhm.
And Jelly Mama was 18.
Mm.
Yeah. So there's a huge age gap there. 18?
Mm.
No, that makes me 23. So that was your first impression of her.
Mm-hmm.
Since they were more involved with me, I think I should
Yeah.
tell this side of the story.
Yeah, because she is good at English, so
Yeah.
she will talk
She-
more with you.
Yeah, she got along fine with me.
Yeah.
Anyways, she was far more advanced with English compared to the other students, so she spoke a lot more with me. But that didn't really stop her from talking to you guys as well. Since
Yeah.
you all speak the same language. We slowly began to realize. I'm only gonna mention all the important parts because, like, going through all the details is gonna be very excessive and it's gonna make the video too long. Nick liked Stacy, I think, since the first day.
No, it's not like first day. Might be a few days
A
later.
few days later.
Yeah.
So Nick is the playboy here. He liked Stacy very much, and
It's not very.
I got along with Nick before Stacy due to my complicated sexuality and also attachment issues. I remember falling for Nick. Yeah, I liked Nick at the time, but he wasn't. He wasn't that type. He wasn't my type. He wasn't gay. There you go. He wasn't gay. So there's not a chance in the world that I would change his mind, and that's quite fine by me because I have this person right here who is a little bit jealous about this whole story, and I love her very much. So due to that reason, I was mad jealous at Stacy at the time. Stacy wasn't interested in the relationship, but she was looking for a fling. So she slept around with Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's winter holiday coming, so I and Crystal back to China. And you three hang out outside all the time. I know because Nick sent me the photo from WeChat, yeah, and share a little bit something about you three.
Yeah.
Some photos or something. Yeah, that's it. Then I come back. Then you start coming in my room a lot.
Hold on. Don't keep on skipping. God.
Oh, it's not skipping. What are you going to say?
Nick, Stacy, and I got to learn more about each other while Jelly Mama and Kate was away from the homestay house.
Yeah, we're back to China for
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah, and during that time, that's when this whole
Things changed.
Nick like Stacy thing got intensified. And because I was going through some personal stuff, as you guys would probably know through my vlogs, I wasn't, the happiest. So I had a drinking problem at the time. I relied heavily on alcohol until it got to the night when I realized that they were sleeping together in the same room.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, the fuck? What's going on here? So I got high-key jealous and started drinking more. And I started going out for a personal, quote-unquote, walk outside drunk. Trying to look for a solution. I don't know what I was looking for, but I just wanted to get out of the house because I don't want to be in the same house as them. I feel like I wasn't going to do something I might regret. It's not like I'm going to be violent or anything, but I don't know. I might say something, and I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted to get out. Right. So I've been doing that for like few nights until I ran into Stacy having a smoke outside. When I walked into Stacy having a smoke outside alone, I remember asking her where Nick was because Nick is always with Stacy. Like they're glued together. They never leave each other's side as far as I've noticed. But this time Nick wasn't around, which was surprising. I was afraid that I might say the wrong things at the time. I wanted to walk past her as fast as I can, or I wanted to go around the block, but I was too lazy to go around the block. Just to get home. The house is right there. So I decided to just walk past her, and she called me over as she was sitting at the bus stop.
The song. No, only one dog. Only one dog in the future. Just go out. Yeah. Shut up! They will shut up.
Sorry, there was an interference by the dogs outside. My mother just came home. Right, so where were we? Right, so Stacy... Fuck! Oh my god! See, this proves that not all Asians eat dogs. They're still alive, healthy, living with us. Yeah, so Stacy was at the bus stop calling me over for a chat. I asked her where Nick was, and she told me that he was trying to finish his assignment or something. I think that's what she said. Yeah, and we were just talking about some small things, and I was way out of my head. I started low-key just jabbing on how like Nick was always sleeping with her and etc. Like I was clearly jealous at the time. She definitely noticed. It got to the point where she started apologizing. Like Stacy knew beforehand because she was asking me about how Nick was asking her out and she wasn't interested, and she was asking me for an advice on what she should do with him. Yeah. So yeah, we discussed this already, and she knew about how I felt on this whole thing, and she started apologizing, right? And one thing led to another. We were just talking about Nick, and then suddenly we were talking about relationship, and I think she started talking about how like she wants to be in a relationship but with less commitment so that nobody gets hurt. Kind of like an open relationship. So that's the idea that I got. So I asked her if she wanted an open relationship, And then she said, "Yeah, I think that's what I want." Jello was jealous already. Yeah, she said, "Yeah, I think that's what I want." I was intoxicated. I wasn't really thinking about what I was saying, but I was entertaining that idea. And I was joking when I said, maybe we should get into an open relationship. That's what I said to Stacy. And she said yes. I thought she was joking as well. But next day, when we went out for a walk, Nick, Stacy, and myself went out for a walk. I swear to God, Jelma was there, but she's saying that she wasn't. So that's when we confirmed that we are now dating. Nick was skateboarding away from us, and we were at the swing talking about uh, like what we spoke about last night, and she confirmed that she was actually being serious when she said that we should have an open relationship, and that's how it all started.
Yeah.
Hey? Oh.
Pinakaidari pala when you go up the stairs.
Alright, no more interruption, please. So yeah, a relationship started there. Stacy and I.
Secretly.
Yeah, secretly. So that's the important part. I still had feelings for Nick, and Stacy didn't want to hurt Nick. So the conclusion that we came up with was, we decided to not tell Nick about the relationship because he was young. He was a young boy. I doubt he'll react nicely.
He will punch you.
As if. I still think I would kick his ass. Yeah, but it's fine. Alright. So we didn't tell Nick. Yeah, none of it. Because I was afraid that he might get hurt. She was afraid that he might get hurt. But it wasn't a nice thing to do. I can admit that. Yeah, I was pretty douchey. Yeah, I should have said something. Yeah, so Nick had no idea the entire time. But who actually had an idea about what was happening was Jelly Mama, because Jelly Mama was forced into the circle of this love triangle. Oh wait, is it a triangle or a circle? It doesn't matter. Well, but she was pushed into this because
I'm innocent.
yeah, the room that Stacy was using was the room that was right next to Jelly Mama, and Jelly Mama is right next to me.
About this,
Yeah, so
I
she
told
was right
everybody
between,
it's a strength circle. I'd be covered by 3 of them. My left side is him, my right side is a girl, and upstairs is another guy.
Yeah.
So I'd be covered.
Yeah, Nick was upstairs. Yes,
36 degrees, 330,
36 degrees.
330
It's
degrees.
like this bit. Like, small.
330 degrees.
We organized a movie. Sorry, we organized to hang out in the city. We wanted to watch Finding Dory, right? That was the trending movie
I
at the
really
time.
doesn't want to go.
Yeah, Jelly Mama wasn't interested, but I dragged her along because I didn't want to turn into like a third wheel because Nick doesn't know anything, but Nick is kind of like a pretend boyfriend in public for Stacy, and I didn't want to break the mood. I don't know who was dating who at the time anymore because of the whole charade that we were going through, but it was important for us to hide this from Nick. I don't know why. I can't explain it to you.
Me. They used me.
So
I'm innocent.
instead of me being the third wheel, I wanted
Become
it
fourth
to
wheel.
I wanted it to turn into something similar to a double date. But Jelly Mama wasn't there to date me, of course. Yeah, because I was dating Stacy at the time. But they went out to Sunnybank, this famous place for the Chinese community to gather, where you get all these different kinds of food and discounted haircuts and etc. They were there for the haircut. I think Nick wanted to get a haircut, so they went there. In the meanwhile, while Jelly Mama and I waited, we decided to go to a restaurant to eat because we haven't had dinner yet. So while we were having dinner, I opened up the Jelly Mama because she was eventually gonna find out anyway. She was right at the center of the whole
Wow, such a
thing.
good. The most important position is by
Yeah, I
you.
know.
I
You're
can-
right at the center
No,
of everything.
no matter who came in upstairs room, I know because footsteps.
Yeah.
Who came in your room, I know because I just near you. Then
Yeah.
who came to another girl's room, I know too because just near me. Wow, such a good
So,
important
I told
position.
Jelly Mama about
On the
how.
central.
Well, I told her most of my secrets that I had at the time. So how I was bisexual because I wasn't open at the time, and
Yeah.
how Stacy and I was
Yeah.
dating. How I had feelings for
I
Nick.
was, oh, what is that shit? Then he said, I'm bisexual. What is bisexual? Oh, what is that? You like, I like
Yeah,
woman.
I explained from the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was jealous of Stacy. Stacy proposed something to me, and then we decided that we should give it a try, since she's not a bad person. Yeah, but we wanted to keep it secret so that Nick doesn't get hurt, which was definitely not a good thing to do. But that's what we did anyway. So that's all that I've told you,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And then later we went for movies as expected. You know, Nick and Stacy glued together, and Jelly Mama was sitting next to me. And that's the complicated part done. I think.
That's the beginning of you start. Come over my room again and again and again.
Yeah. So I wasn't happy with the relationship. Like as I said, because we kept things secret from Nick, we need to pretend that we weren't dating, although we were dating, but we're really not because we're not doing anything with each other. And like the only time that we were able to have like a proper date was it wasn't even a date because she brought someone over because she was
About this
okay.
is so funny.
What happened was
One day he just cleaned up himself, then
yeah,
take shower so early.
I was getting
then,
ready
Yeah,
for
and
like a
change
first date.
shirts.
Yeah,
Then what's that?
I was so excited too because we never really had a day like this
Yeah.
where like Nick wasn't
I
involved.
was, what are you doing? I'm going out with her. I was, oh, that's good. Then secretly, then he said yes. Then he was, how about this shirt? I said, oh, good.
Right.
Like a
And
teenager.
While I was it's like my first proper date. Yeah, so while I was getting prepared, Stacy was at her friend's house, who she hasn't seen for a long time, I've heard. I got to the city where we were supposed to meet up, and Stacy was just asking me about, you know, if I could come over to this person's house, and I said that it's gonna take me another 30 minutes to get there. Why not just come over? And she wasn't sure if she should leave now because she didn't want to leave this friend alone. Apparently, she had nothing else to do and no one else to talk to, etc. I said, okay, take as long as you need. She said that she's heading over my way. She was heading over the city. When she turned up, her friend was also there. So I wasn't sure what was going through her head. But the entire date, that friend was there with me the entire time. Not with me,
What
with
did you
us. Huh?
What did you do?
We went out for...
Dinner?
Actually, no, we didn't even go for dinner because we didn't have enough time. We just
Okay.
went for movies.
Okay.
Yeah. And her friend was just sitting next to her at the cinema. And it definitely didn't feel like a date because those two were talking the entire time.
Use a different language.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. My heart. Oh, I'm so.
Yeah, I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I felt like she wasn't, serious about like what was happening between us.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm the dumb one for taking this seriously. After that friend went home, that's when we went to Roma Street Park, and Yeah, we were just talking there, walking and talking, doing nothing much. Yeah, but it was cold at the time, and she wanted to go home. So that's what we did, and that was the night over.
I feel like she doesn't like you.
Yeah, I know. She was trying to avoid ending up with me alone.
Just avoid you
Yeah.
to stay alone.
She didn't want to be
Just
alone.
check
with me.
someone. Like, save me. Please save me. I
Yeah.
don't want to stay alone with him.
So yeah, I wasn't happy at all, and that's why I kept going over to Jelly Mama for
Talking to me.
attention because Nick was always with Stacy. Like no
Like-
matter when I walk into her room,
Like,
Nick is always there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the after my room become everybody knows that I'm also know everything, but beside everybody, so everybody start coming in my room. My room become a consultation room. If anybody has a problem, then just come in, start talking to me. I'm that officer.
Yeah. So I started going into Jelly Mama's room, just talking to her so that I can pass time. Hoping for Nick to go upstairs so that, I can actually talk to Stacy. I was just waiting and talking to Jelly Mama, waiting, and then
Yeah, and I need
sometimes-
to
yeah.
help you two to hiding the nothing happened, then pretend nothing happened.
So sometimes, Nick would stay in that room the whole night, and I never get to see her. And that, repetition of that eventually got to me, and I started drinking again. I didn't want to, but I did anyway. I started drinking again, and yeah, it got worse for Jelly Mama when I started drinking. Yeah, I would cry in her room. We live in the same house. We're so close to each other, but I never get to see her because they have their room closed or.
It feels like your room become like tourism spots. Everybody goes in, then you just avoid that room, come into my room, just lie down on the bed, pretend it's your bed, then just play your phone or talk to me.
I didn't want to be alone.
Yeah, at that moment I
Yeah.
was thinking, oh, he's coming again, but yeah, it's okay, but why lie down on my bed? It's my bed. And I was, oh, coming again? Fine, talk to him.
Mm.
I'm too nice. I
Yeah.
can't refuse.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I agree. Alright. Yeah, so whenever I get drunk, I would go over to Jelly Mama's room as usual, but this time with more tears, and I will continue to complain about how I never get to see her, and that's when Jelly Mama gets
Wow.
frustrated with me, and
I'm so good at
Yeah,
English, I can understand you.
she doesn't want to listen to me anymore. So what she does is she walks into Stacy's room and calls Stacy over. Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, you don't have an issue just breaking them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talked to me. Don't call her. Don't call her. I just, who cares you? I just go her room. Go that room. I don't want to go. So I back
Yeah.
my room.
Yeah, tell Stacy to go to
I'm a
Jelly's room.
postman.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I get to talk to her alone again. Well, not exactly alone because Jelman was inside the room with me.
I'm not room. If she went your room, then I will just get out of the room.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But we are in your room, so that's
Oh.
the weird part. The entire time we're in your room. It wasn't a healthy relationship, obviously. And I think that's what tore us apart. Just me drinking and being emotional.
Yeah.
And I think Stacy eventually, got frustrated with seeing me going through that, and she wanted to solve it once and for all. But yeah, Gentleman was being great help during the whole, time.
Oh, nighttime, 12 o'clock in winter. He just went out, but because I'm worried about you as a friend,
See, we're
so
friends.
I just get out with you, work together at nighttime, every
See,
day,
that's-
every night.
That's the part that made me change my mind about you. This wasn't a new thing. I fell for many other students as well. because of how desperate I was for being loved, and since I was very emotional, I used to go out for a walk at nighttime and hope that someone will like come after me, look for me, but nobody did. No matter how I distanced myself away from people, nobody really did reach out and like see how I was doing. Well, with my nature, I'm always, distant from other people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nobody would care. You showed up at that park when I was just looking at the star, alone. Yeah, that's when I realized that this person actually cares about me. Wow. I think that's when I yeah, started liking you, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Now
then,
you know I'm a good person.
yeah, because
Good.
you're the first person to actually
Good.
look for me while, I go out and
Yeah, I just worry about if you stay outside alone. Not good.
Mm.
You need somebody stay with you. So I went out to looking for you sometimes and go out with you together. If I notice you are trying to go out or something, I'm just trying to stay with you. That's it.
because I did it so often. Yeah. But yeah, eventually someone found me and I was so happy. We need to get to the point where that
No,
happened.
no,
yes,
no.
Yes.
You
Yes. We need to talk about it. This is the important part. Me being my drunk self, repetition, etc. I always go to Jelly's room, and Jelly and I always talk, and that's how we got to know more about one another, and we tend to go out for a walk with the rest of the people except Nick and Stacy, because Nick and Stacy has their own thing to do. Yeah, so we're still a group. We have like 4 people in the group, including us. We go out for a walk and then walk around the block,
Yeah.
come back.
I
That's
missed that time.
yeah,
Just 4 of us.
just 4 of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they weren't with us.
Mm.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed those walks that we had. We did it frequently too. But I think one night, it was just the 2 of us, and I was pretty comfortable around you at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, you weren't. Okay. Yeah, we were just taking a long distance walk because I wanted to talk about stuff with Jelly. Those stuff I don't remember.
I don't remember too.
Yeah, it was probably wasn't about Nick and Stacy. I just wanted to talk to you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just talking, chatting, and then halfway through the walk, Jelly is reacting. I thought, I should be honest. And I didn't really put much heart into it, but I really meant what I said when I say, I think I like you. And then what happened was
No. You say
let's
I like
just
you
push
at
through
the
this.
same time.
Let's push through this. We got this, okay? So after I said I think I like you, that's when she started having this
I'm too panicked.
panic attack. She told me that she couldn't breathe and she needed to sit down. She was, my hand's shaking. And then I told her to hold my hand because she couldn't walk. Like she was shaking so much she couldn't walk. And then I think because you were holding my hand, you shook more. Like you started shaking even harder. Oh, that was so cute. Yeah.
You need to know a feeling that you don't like a person, but you can't refuse.
So that means right now because you can't refuse, so you're still with me?
No, now it's different. You say hold my hand, I was, I don't, in my mind, I don't want to hold his hand, I don't want, but I don't know how to refuse. Then, I try.
Because you weren't walking. I wanted to encourage you to walk.
Yeah, you encourage. Compared to don't work or hold your hand, I choose sit there for a while. I just don't want to hold your hand.
But you eventually started walking, holding my hand, right? Yeah, and I didn't think much of it actually because I had Stacy at the time,
Ugh. Yeah, or at that time, I don't think I will stay with you because I
Yeah,
can't
because-
accept
yeah.
a person who like another
Yeah, you
person
wanted.
at the same time.
Yeah, you don't like open relationships. You want committed relationship. I know. Yeah. So we went home that night, and we didn't talk about that until the night when Stacy decided to tell Nick about the relationship because she was so sick of seeing me being emotional and drunk. She wanted to end it all, but she wasn't sure who to stick with, like after everything goes through with it, you know. So of course Nick is going to be mad. Stacy needs to decide who she wants to be with. That night when Stacy told Nick about the entire relationship behind his back, he stormed out. She followed. They seemed to be they sounded like they were crying. Yeah, they were clearly upset. And I was in Jelly's room just listening to the whole, stomping out of the house sound.
And also, I talked to you.
Yeah, we were talking and just waiting. I had high hopes actually. I thought Stacy was going to choose me, but she
No.
she chose Nick instead that night. But while that was happening, what were we doing? Do you remember what we were doing?
You really want to say about that?
I was in the bed with Jelly Mama, not naked, of course. We were just.
You take off your clothes.
Oh, did I? I already had the shirt off.
Oh, maybe, but
Yeah.
you just didn't wear clothes.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
the shirt off.
Panic again.
I was wearing pants. Don't worry, I'm not that invasive. So, yeah, we were in bed together, just laying side by side. Were we spooning? No, I made you spoon me.
Oh, this is so disgusting. I don't like a person. I don't want to stay in a bed with him, but he forced me to do it.
But you sounded like you liked me. I still remember what you said while we were spooning. Shall I?
That part
Shall I?
is-
Shall I talk about this? But yeah, they both came back after
that
storming
is
out.
Secret part.
Yeah. We're not gonna tell. Yeah, so they came back after storming out. Nick was the one who knocked on my door, which was right next to Jelly Mama's door. And I opened the room from I opened the door from Jelly Mama's room, and I kind of sensed that he wasn't prepared for that. Like he didn't expect me to come out from there. So he was like, "What? I forgot what he said. God damn it."
You're lucky.
Yeah, you are very lucky. Oh no. He said, "Don't talk to me or her ever again." I remember now. Yeah, that's what he said to me.
So
Don't talk
sad.
to me or her ever again.
You know.
You are very lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the part where I
Such
remember
a
most.
bad boy.
I know. It's just I didn't have the courage to, be open about, especially when I liked him at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Until that point, that part kind of pissed me off. Like, I
Hey,
was-
he win. Oh,
I was,
he won.
yeah, I was actually, ready to swing, but he didn't do anything.
Were you ready to?
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because I was emotionally invested in that too, the relationship.
You're so angry.
Yeah.
Even. Yeah.
So that awkward 2 weeks of, not talking to each other in the house,
Yeah.
not seeing each other in the
And
house.
your mom is so funny. She was, "Oh, what happened? And stay us when dinner table. She just she tried to know what happened and what's going on.
Yeah. And I didn't go out to eat dinner too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, about this part, because you don't want to go upstairs to have dinner. Since that, I start bringing dinner downstairs every
Yeah,
day.
thank you. Because you care about me, see?
But I don't like you. Everybody think I like you.
Right, so yeah, that happened, and they eventually moved out after 2 weeks. Apparently, they broke up soon after that, I think, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, few
Yeah.
weeks. Just
Because-
few months, I guess. Yeah, I don't think Nick will stay all the time with
Yeah.
her. Yeah, he is not that kind of boy.
Mm.
Not yet.
Yeah.
He's still too young.
While
But I know it's. I forgot her name again.
Stacy.
Stacy
Mm.
really like him after.
Mm.
Because she talked to me once. She say she really liked him,
Mm.
like deeply, but he left her.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like karma. I don't know. Hearing that kind of makes me happy. Yeah, but can I not feel happy?
Yeah, you feel
she,
happy.
She ditched me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I understand.
Alright. Yeah, so that part's done. That's when I asked Jelly Mama if she wanted me to be like a practice boyfriend, right?
Yeah, I was wondering. I don't like you. You want to be my practice boyfriend? I don't need. But
you
I
don't
can't
refuse.
say no. No matter
Yeah.
who asks me to do something, I will say yes all the time. That's my weakness.
So yeah, Jelly is the type of girl who needs to be really careful about who she ends up with. You know, you would have easily gotten into an abusive relationship. You know that, right?
What's that mean?
Like, man will beat you and you will be okay with it. No,
I don't think so.
no. In theory, of course you wouldn't be okay with it, but you wouldn't have the courage to talk back to that person.
No, you don't know me.
But you can't refuse.
I can't refuse,
Oh.
but if I really hate that,
Yeah.
I will fight back.
But it's,
for you,
no, abusive relationship begins when a person makes you fall in love with them, and like they start to change after a while, and then they will start, raising hand on you.
If I really love that man like you start beating me, maybe I will forgive you. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm that
you
kind
are
of
lucky that you ended up.
If you beat me, what should I do?
You're
I will
lucky.
tell everybody.
Oh really?
I tell your mom. Oh, your mom better.
Yeah. So I asked her if she wanted me to be a practice boyfriend.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't say yes.
Yeah, but I
But I
started
can't
pretending
refuse.
anyway.
You start pretending you are my boyfriend.
Yeah, because
And
I needed a way to just cope with the breakup that just happened, which
it's
wasn't even a relationship
so
to begin
sad
with.
of me. The audience will be sad for me.
Yeah, and I wanted to tell the story like this, just like this. This is what I was hoping for, because like with the script that I've written down,
Too
it
emotional.
made it sound like I was really invested in this relationship, which I was, but I didn't really know what a relationship was like back then, and I didn't want Jelly Mama. I didn't want to make Jelly Mama sound like a rebound girlfriend. She wasn't. I made that decision.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of how everything went down.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything just fell into its place nicely, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now perfect.
You're the best decision I ever made. And I'm glad that you didn't say no. Are you not glad that, everything happened to where we ended up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
I'm trying to help someone, then someone become my boyfriend. Just summary. Oh, so easy.
You tried helping someone out, then they ended up being your boyfriend. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. So, yeah, that's what triggered our relationship. Yeah, while I was going through that, like, pseudo relationship. Jelly Mama was the only one that cared about me at the time. And, yeah, I told her I liked her, and we started dating after the breakup.
That's it.
So that's what triggered the relationship, yeah. And the beginning of the relationship. So what made you decide that you actually like me?
That day that you move out.
Oh?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, we've been pretend dating for a bit until I had a fight with my stepdad and I moved out. Yeah, but that day,
Yeah, that day. Yeah, before you told me, I was cried and I felt a little bit sad.
yeah,
Then I was so
because we spent so much time together.
I thought
at that time. Yeah.
that's fine, just move out. But when you really move out and carry all the stuff outside and go away without me, I was crying a lot at home alone.
Okay.
I don't want you to go, but
Mm.
yeah, I don't know what should I do.
Felt like something left.
Maybe I like
Yeah.
you, yeah, but you're not. You leave me alone.
Of course, I couldn't stay there. You know the reason. We're not gonna get into that. So that was the night when, like, I realized that I actually love you. Like,
Which
for who
day?
you are. The night before I left. Before I moved. Remember? Like, we were, laying next to each other, and then I said, you know what? I love you.
Too late.
And then you started hiding your face.
Okay.
She was so cute. She was so
Secret.
So obviously I started liking you before we started dating. Yeah, but I realized that we get along so well. Like surprisingly well.
No, not big problem
Yeah.
between us.
We never had like a huge fight or anything. We always resolve it quickly. Yeah, and
Basically, because I forgot why I'm angry.
you get mad about something and you eventually
or
forget.
I just see food. Okay, fine. I'm not happy. I'm not sad anymore.
This is what a real relationship is like, and I was able to like end up where I am. Yeah, because we made that choice. Yeah, I can't say I made that choice because you were involved in these decisions that we made too, where we moved over here so that we can live together. And like while I didn't have any job, Jelly Mama was still with me the entire time. The entire time I was doing You Now, Jelly Mama was with me. Even though I wasn't earning anything, she didn't even think about leaving me, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, she's just a ride or die girl that ended up with me. And yeah, I can't be any prouder. So I think that about covers it. Man, this is gonna turn into a very long video. I was hoping it's gonna turn into like a 10-minute video, but
10 minutes?
it's definitely not.
It's 40 minutes.
After I edit it down, it's probably gonna be like 30 minutes. It's not 40 minutes. No, it's like
It's another one.
yeah. There's another
So
clip.
cut a little bit around 40 minutes.
Mom walked.
Yeah.
I had to stop the recording. Yeah.
You can show, hi, then Melinda the part.
No, that wasn't recorded. Yeah. So yeah, that's our story.
My best friend become my boyfriend.
Can you say that out loud?
My best friend in Australian become my boyfriend.
There you go. See that? See that? That makes me feel good, that makes you feel good, and that makes the audience hopefully feels good. As a host and also, dare I say, leader of this community, I hope you find somebody who really clicks with you too. Having these kind of people around you makes the world a whole lot brighter, and I know majority of us is not fortunate enough to find that kind of person in your life, but you gotta hold on, like you
If you're single now, don't worry, your boyfriend or girlfriend is practicing to become a best boyfriend or girlfriend for you.
yeah
Yeah.
Eventually you'll end up with that kind of person. You gotta keep trying. You gotta give relationships a try. You gotta start slow. You gotta start liking people. No, you gotta start making people like you. But it doesn't mean you need to change who you are. You just gotta find people that likes you for who you are.
Just waiting is okay, someone will come to you.
Yeah. You gotta keep on waiting. Patience is key when it comes to finding the right relationship for you. There's always somebody for anybody. That's my optimistic side of how I view life. Yeah. So, thanks for listening. I'll catch you guys next time, whether it be stream or video. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. See you next time. Speak to you next time. And most importantly, don't die.
Get him? I didn't notice that this dangerous Japanese person will become my cute boyfriend. Although there was so many things happened between I and he, and I know most of his stories, and I know there will be a lot of problems in the future, but I wanted to face those things with him.